Why buy Bitcoin? $1,000 into $20 million. That's what early Bitcoin investors made while the media called it a bubble. What I'm about to reveal in the next 10 minutes could change your financial future forever. Can you afford to miss this? Have you ever wondered why billionaires are quietly buying Bitcoin? Or why Wall Street banks that once mocked crypto are now offering Bitcoin services to their wealthiest clients? Stay until the end to discover the shocking truth they're hiding from you. I'm about to share information so valuable that financial insiders would pay thousands to keep it quiet. This video will be the most important 10 minutes of your financial education. Section 1. The hidden crisis in your wallet. Your money is silently evaporating. Look at your savings account. That money is losing purchasing power every day. The real inflation rate of everyday goods, groceries, housing, education, healthcare, means your money is deteriorating faster than official numbers suggest. Here's something the financial establishment won't tell you. Our monetary system is built on quicksand. Since 1971, when the dollar abandoned the gold standard, global currencies have become pure fiat, backed by nothing but government promises. The Federal Reserve has printed over 80% of all US dollars in existence just since 2020. Think about that. 4/5 of all dollars created from thin air in just the last few years. What happens when you increase the supply of anything? Its value drops. This isn't conspiracy, it's basic economics. Meanwhile, central banks around the world are quietly accumulating gold while telling citizens that precious metals are outdated. Countries like Russia, China, and India have been aggressively building gold reserves. Why? Because the smart money knows what's coming. But there's a new form of financial protection more powerful than gold, one designed specifically for our digital age. While gold has been mankind's best store of value for thousands of years, Bitcoin improves upon gold's limitations in ways that make it the perfect money for the digital era. Section 2. What makes Bitcoin different? Bitcoin isn't just another investment. It's fundamentally different from anything that has existed before. Created in 2009 during the financial crisis by the mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin was designed as an answer to the unstable banking system that had just crashed the global economy. Here's what makes Bitcoin truly revolutionary. Unlike the dollar, euro, or any government currency, Bitcoin has an absolute maximum supply cap. Only 21 million coins will ever exist. No president, no central bank, no corporation can create more. This mathematically guaranteed scarcity is written into its code. About 90% of all Bitcoins have already been mined. The remaining will be gradually released until approximately 2014, with the rate of new Bitcoin creation cutting in half every 4 years. An event called the halving that consistently precedes major price increases. Bitcoin runs on thousands of computers worldwide, a decentralized network that makes it virtually impossible to shut down or censor. While banks can freeze your accounts with a keystroke, properly stored Bitcoin remains under your control alone. While other cryptocurrencies tout faster transactions or additional features, they've sacrificed decentralization and security. That's why after 14 years and thousands of competitors, Bitcoin still dominates with over 50% of the entire crypto market cap. No other digital asset has achieved Bitcoin's level of security, decentralization, and adoption. The 3 pillars that matter most for a monetary revolution. Section 3. Bitcoin's unstoppable adoption curve. Bitcoin is following the classic S-curve of technology adoption, the same pattern we saw with the internet, mobile phones, and social media. But here's what most people miss. We're still in the early adopter phase. Only about 4% of the global population owns any Bitcoin. To put this in perspective, that's roughly where internet adoption stood in 1997, right before it exploded into mainstream use. The signs of impending mass adoption are everywhere. El Salvador made Bitcoin legal tender in 2021, with several other nations now considering similar moves. Major payment processors like PayPal, Visa, and MasterCard have integrated Bitcoin services. What many don't realize is that financial institutions are positioning themselves while publicly downplaying Bitcoin. JP Morgan's CEO called Bitcoin a fraud in 2017, while his company was quietly developing blockchain technology. Today, JP Morgan offers Bitcoin funds to its clients. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager with over $9 trillion under management, launched a Bitcoin ETF in 2024 after years of skeptical statements. Their CEO Larry Fink now calls Bitcoin digital gold. Even traditional finance strongholds like insurance companies and pension funds are beginning to allocate small percentages of their portfolios to Bitcoin, representing potentially trillions of dollars in new capital. The pattern is clear. Smart money criticizes Bitcoin publicly while accumulating it privately. Section 4. Protection against the coming financial storm. The global financial system is showing dangerous signs of instability. Record government debt levels worldwide, with the U.S. national debt exceeding $34 trillion. Negative interest rates in many countries, forcing savers to essentially pay banks to hold their money. Banking crises emerging with increasing frequency, central banks are secretly exploring digital currencies that would give governments unprecedented control over how, when, and where you can spend your money. They could expire your savings or block purchases they don't approve of. This isn't conspiracy. It's already happening in test programs worldwide. Bitcoin was designed precisely for this moment in history. As the only truly scarce digital asset with a 14-year track record of security, Bitcoin serves as financial insurance against currency devaluation, bank failures, and political instability. Bitcoin has key advantages over gold. It's more portable, send any amount globally in minutes. More divisible, purchase tiny fractions. Easier to verify, no fake Bitcoin. And has a more verifiably fixed supply. While gold mining increases supply by roughly 1 to 2% annually, Bitcoin's issuance is programmatically fixed and diminishing. Despite its volatility, Bitcoin has been the best performing asset of the last decade by an extraordinary margin. $10,000 invested in Bitcoin 10 years ago would be worth over $15 million today. Even with multiple 70 to 80% drawdowns, Bitcoin's long-term price chart shows a clear pattern. Each market cycle reaches significantly higher peaks and higher floors than the previous one. Section 5. How to start your Bitcoin journey safely. Given everything we've covered, the question isn't whether you should own Bitcoin, it's how much. Financial advisors increasingly recommend a 1 to 5% allocation for conservative investors and up to 25% for those with higher risk tolerance and longer time horizons. The key is starting small and building your position over time using dollar-cost averaging, buying fixed amounts at regular intervals regardless of price. This strategy reduces the impact of volatility and builds wealth steadily. For maximum security, consider these essential steps. Choose reputable exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, or Gemini for your initial purchases too. Never leave large amounts on exchanges. Transfer to a personal wallet where you control the private keys 3. For substantial holdings, use hardware wallets like Ledger or Trezor that keep your keys offline and safe from hackers 4. Document your recovery phrase and store it securely in multiple locations. Never share your private keys or recovery phrase with anyone. Unlike gold, which is difficult to transport, expensive to store securely, and impossible to send digitally, Bitcoin can be held securely on a device smaller than a USB drive, or even memorized as a seed phrase. While gold's purity requires specialized testing, Bitcoin's authenticity can be verified by anyone running free software. While competitors like Ethereum focus on smart contracts and decentralized applications, Bitcoin remains the most trusted and secure cryptocurrency specifically designed as a monetary alternative. Its first-mover advantage and unmatched network security make it the safest crypto investment for those concerned about long-term wealth preservation. You've just gained insider knowledge that puts you ahead of 99% of people. But knowledge without action is worthless. Are you ready to secure your financial future in a world of unstable currencies? Will you continue letting inflation eat away your savings? Or will you take control today? If this video opened your eyes, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell right now. The financial elite don't want this information about gold versus Bitcoin spreading. Subscribe now and join the financial revolution. Your future self will thank you.